really needs a lot of work, but ultimately we're only as strong as our weakest link. So it's about the whole life. So what is your end game exactly? What is it that, at the end of your life, what is it that you want? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be a better parent? Do you want to be a better employee? With a great marriage, great kids, reach for the stars. That's what it's time to do right now. It's time to define these goals. And in the neutral zone, that's a great place to start to strategize and figure out what you can do now. Because ultimately, a lot of things in the end game, there's steps to get there. What steps can I take right away to start moving forward? And that's what we need to start thinking about in the neutral zone. We're not quite ready to act yet, but we've got to start putting a plan together. So that's one option, is the forward thinking. Where am I going to go with this? What is the outcome? The other option is, I talked about this in the blog, it's when we're disillusioned and we keep writing the same story over and over and over and over and over. And an example of this, and I hear people talk about this all the time, it would be like with the person that keeps finding the same kind of partner over and over again. The same kind of partner, the same patterns, the same thing. In essence, we write the same story over and over again, just with different characters. And a lot of times that's due to taking the least path of resistance. We just want to get involved with something that's familiar, because the uncertainty of the situation and the change that we're going through, it's uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort in that. At least with that old story, we know what to expect. It's familiar. But really, if you look at all of the world changers, all of the history makers, that we know of, that are documented, that we can read about, even on the internet, they weren't afraid of uncertainty. They threw all caution to the wind and they went for it. That's how we grow. When we face uncertainty, we don't care. We're going to get through this. We're going to get focused. We're going to make a plan. We're going to strategize, and we're going to move forward an inch at a time if we have to. But we're going to get up, dust ourselves off, and we're going to move forward. So with that, the last thing that I want to talk about that was in the blog is acknowledging our failures. We've all failed at times in our lives, all of us. We could be the cause of the relationship ending, because of a bad choice that we made or a mistake that we made. It is crucial, as we grow as individuals and, we become better people and we become more successful people, more motivated people, more empowered people. It's crucial that we don't ever let ourselves, be defined by our failures and by our mistakes. There's lessons there, that we obviously need to take action on. There's changes that we need to make so we don't keep creating the same old story over and over again. The only way we can be defined by our failures and by our mistakes is if we allow ourselves to be, So it's important with ourselves, we need to give ourselves a break sometimes. We need to learn to, obviously, it's a common teaching, a common, belief that we need to forgive others, but we also need to forgive ourselves, for the mistakes that we've made, and for the bad decisions that we've made, for the time we've lost because we invested ourselves in, possibly in things that weren't good for us, We're not defined by our failures at all. They were just that, bad decisions, failures, but that isn't what defines us, because we have an opportunity to make a good decision and have a success. We're very quick to define ourselves with our failures, but we're slow to define ourselves, by our successes. And if we look back, we've had, numerous successes along the road too, along the journey. So keep that in mind, that we're not defined by any of that. We're not defined by adversity. What defines us is our reaction to adversity. It's how we react and what we do when we do pick ourselves up and decide to move forward. So the next blog in the series, and I'll be concluding it, I wanted to mention too that not all of these blogs are relevant to all people. You know, I'm sure that there's people that follow my blogs, follow me on Facebook, that probably have amazing marriages, amazing relationships. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate everybody's support. I've had over 1,000 views in the last 3 months on the blog, which is just incredible to me. You know, I mean, it's really an honor that people take time out of their day to to read my stuff, and to encourage me to to stay the course with this. Um, it is my passion. This is what I do. I feel like I'm doing what my purpose is. For being born is to reach out and help people, to encourage people, to coach, to write. And I can honestly say, for the first time in my life, that that I'm operating in my passion. So and that was born out of the end of a relationship. This whole entire thing was born out of the biggest transformation that ever happened in my whole entire life. And I went through all of these phases that I'm talking about: the neutral zone, the initial shock, and the last part of this blog is titled "Emerging Empowered and Determined." And that's what I'd like to see, is that when we when we go through a crisis change like this, instead of just letting time heal all wounds, we take control. We obviously need time to grieve and go through all of its stages. But ultimately, there's no rule about how we emerge from it. Whether we emerge crippled and scarred and, cautious and resentful and those types of things. But we can make a choice to emerge from this whole entire thing empowered and determined. And that's what the name of the next blog is Emerging Empowered and Determined. So with that, again, my website is www.infinitestrides.com, and all my contact information is there. I do a complimentary free coaching session for those that are interested. The reason that a lot of coaches do that, and the reason that I do it, is to see if we're a fit, to see if if what I do is right for you, and if you're the kind of client that I feel would be successful with my coaching programs. Because we success is what we're looking for. With a client that's going through a transition, crisis change, like a divorce, separation, breakup, loss, things like that. We want to make sure that that we're setting you up to succeed and not setting you up to fail. So with that, we've got to make sure that that we're a good fit to work together. So I would love basically to do as many complimentary sessions and figure out who those ideal clients are, and also see who I'm the right coach for. So if you find yourself in a situation like this where you think we could work together, don't hesitate to send a message. It's www.infinitestrides.com. And with that, my goal for the week is to have this blog series done by the end of the week. So I'm thinking the third part of it, to conclude it, should be out hopefully by this Sunday. And with that, I hope you have a great night. Don't forget to visualize your life and to dream big. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.